the topic leading freshwater aquaculture technologies. What is global status of various technologies in aquaculture, and where India can learn to the best. So, yeah, this will be my overall presentation view. I'll be speaking on all this aspect in my slides. So, to start with, here you can see that species diversification has become one of the successful reason to achieve higher growth in aquaculture segment, and Asia being the highest contributor in aquaculture, we can see that the number of species are comparatively higher. So I will just brief some values in my subsequent slides, so that you will have some brief idea what is going on in world aquaculture, and what is going in our Indian aquaculture. So overall, I will brief about scenario. So after having understood so many species diversification around the globe, so majorly they are dominated by carp culture around the Asia and globe, which is contributing to around 90% of global aquaculture production. And recently, the trend of tilapia and catfishes such as Pangasius channel catfish has emerged. And then from the marine side, the production from capture fisheries is declined day by day, but the nevertheless, the production from some species like sea bass, then specifically grouper, or then sea bream, are being picked up by various countries like Norway, Japan, and some Latin American countries. So some diadromous species, like those species which can live both in freshwater and marine water. So majorly salmon, what we say Atlantic salmon, contributing to almost more than 50-60% of revenue generation by a single species, with the very high demand. Again, the second species is like trout, which is one of the most popular species in American countries, or some European countries with more colder environment. So yeah, let's have some look at values at a global level. So in carbs, here you can say like red color at the top, we can see our own India contribution, and in a major carb, and um, common carp in a blue segment. So yeah, yearly you can see there is a higher trend which is going on nearly in all countries. Basically this major carp are the major food growers in aquaculture practices. So again, coming to emerging tilapia, where the production is dominated in China, followed by Indonesia, Egypt. But having said that, India is also growing at a faster rate, and there is a high chance that India will be in this list by 2025. So yeah, as the rule is like, if the production is getting high, then ultimately your price will be decreased, and same was noticed with tilapia. And with the over increasing price, here we can see over increase in production, we can see a decline in a price. So coming to catfish segment, again, they are specifically here you can see in left side picture, Pangasius, which is highly dominant in countries like Vietnam. Then you can see in some desi magur kind of fish in left side margin, and some channel catfish which is dominant in USA. So we'll see catfishes one by one. So Pangasius, being hardy species, has grown like anything in recent decade, and here you can see contribution of Vietnam being the highest, and India is also getting higher production day by day. And noticeably here you can see Bangladesh has grown like anything in recent 4 or 5 years in Pangasius production. So again, due to high production, there is some drop of price, but yeah, in India as such, we won't prefer to eat a live Pangasius because of some meat quality issues. But yeah, this global market is very well accepting it is in a frozen fillet form. So overall, in a catfish production, what we can see about this Pangasius. So I'll skip some of these slides just to understand. Yeah, here you can see the annual percentage growth rates from last 4 to 5 years, where China became dominant in carp as always. India has also emerged as the second largest fish producer. Then for tilapia, it's around 4 to 5% annual growth. For catfishes, there are selected countries like Vietnam and US. And then coming to for Pangasius, there is a higher production was noticed, significantly higher production was noticed in Vietnam, like 14-15%. So after having understood that so many values we have seen, and the production is emerging, and according to FAO, we all talk that yeah, aquaculture being the fastest animal food production sector. So yeah, in India also we have some similar scenario that we have achieved our tremendous production from just 5 kg, 0.5 like 500 kgs in 1950s, and now we easily talk of producing around 5 ton species, and with some sort of intensification, we have noticed the production of 20 to 40 tons of production of several catfish, and like we have achieved several good export market due to blessing of Vanami tsunami, which happened in last decade from introduction since 2009. It has gave revenue of more than 40,000. So overall, like yesterday only, some Empada reports came that they told that export has touched to near more than 63,000 crores, and which is comparatively very high value from just a small sector of aquaculture. So yeah, we all take pride in we have achieved the production that we are the second largest global fish producer, we are second largest global aquaculture producer, and yeah, we have achieved 16 ton of production. But again, after taking all the pride, still our population is going to increase day by day, and there is a dire need to enhance our production and double farmers income, which is our aim of honorable prime minister. So let's look dive in my presentation that what all technologies are available in freshwater segment which can be utilized in a next generation aquaculture. So yeah, what I told in last slide, that we have some target production of around 22 million metric ton by 2025, and export of more than 14 billion. So to achieve this, we need some sort of technologies which will be like having high intensified in a short duration, and it should be a high biosecured environment. So yeah, after having understood that so and so a need of our India, which is more than 145 billion population country. So aquaculture has expanded rapidly in last couple of decades. I mean to say that there are areas like we now talk of environmentally sustainable fish production technologies, where we talk of IMTA, then aquaponics, then recirculatory aquaculture system, then we talk of producing new species. Then for species diversification, today we talk of prevention and treatment of various fish diseases. Then also again, due to continuous decline in marine fish production, now we are moving to a feed, like we are searching in the alternative of fish feed to replace fish meal. So that is also an innovation which we are noticing from last couple of decades. And the last point, which is the need of the hour for especially shrimp sector, is the domestic shrimp market, which is we are taking from last 2-3 years, and we might see a quite huge jump in the near future. So these are the areas of innovation which currently aquaculture is looking, and these are the more like more of thrust area where this aquaculture can be passed. So After understanding what all production data and what we have achieved and what all our aims and why and what areas government and research and development is moving, let's understand the core of aquaculture. So basically we started with unfed aquaculture, which is just a simple practice of adding a particular species seed and leaving it on a natural seed. So in the today's era, today's world also, when we have plenty of farm made feeds are available to feed, but still we at least take one third of our total production from just non-fed aquaculture by putting just a seed in the environment and keeping harvesting. So in fed aquaculture we use some sort of feed, and due to which there are various concerns also arising due to environmental pollution which might take place due to addition of a lot of nitrogen and phosphorus in the system. So yeah, after yeah, there are some like burning issues all over the world regarding the land uses and the water uses. So yeah, as we all know that land is getting limited day by days, and we can as per the report of government of India, just we have land of 1 hectare, less than 1 hectare for per person, and it will be getting decreased day by day. So we have very scarcity of land. So we have to do intensified activity which can give highest production in a minimum land. So again water issues, especially in aquaculture, pond aquaculture, we use plenty of aqua water to produce a fish. So according to FAO, we can see that around 45 kgs of 45 tons of water is required to produce just a kg of fish. So you can imagine 45,000 liters of water you are putting to grow just 1 kg fish. uh, mm, Again sorry for the disturbance. Then again here you I have given some examples of tilapia species which require around 20,000 liters of water, and some catfishes like channel catfish in US, they used around 3 to 5,000 water. So by this slide I want to convey is that this water resources are getting limited day by day, and there is a dire need to change our attitude towards using this water, because we never know the future of this water, and is aquaculture can possible without water? So we have to think in that direction. So by understanding these issues of related to water and land. So what I propose is that sustainable intensification is the need of the hour. So I divide the word intensification and sustainability in a two way. So intensification, where I mean that we will target our higher outputs with production, then diversify our species, then integrate different species at different columns, so that we can get higher profit level and higher sort of production, then improve our efficiency with a lot of artificial intelligence and various new generation technologies which are there to save and improve your efficiency. By like this is one aim which I keep because of high population, and on the other side we have to take care of our environment, like to conserve our natural resources, to secure to provide food security, and uh, uh, overall, these RAS and new generation aquaculture technologies are now we'll see how we can our sustainably enhance our production, and we by protecting our environment. So basically I am talking here the first my technology intervention, which is recirculatory aquaculture system. So recirculatory aquaculture system is nothing but we try aquaculture in which we like 100% of our water is getting recycled and reused to cultivate our fish species. So why what are current challenges that our RAS can solve? So the first thing is like in the India, there is a high demand in fingerling production. So in spite of a lot of fingerlings are being is a need. And today, like most of the hatcheries, they supply just a fry or spawn, and there is a high mortality of around 60 to 70% in fry or spawn stage itself. So at smaller stage itself, they feel they get high mortality and they get crop loss. So in this, our recirculation aquaculture system can intervene. So again, it is a biosecured hatchery with low or almost less disease free disease chances. And then again, we can achieve the production of around 20 acres of what pond is achieving, we can achieve from just an acre of production. So yeah, again, there will be various advantage we will see. So from an environmental point of view, RAS is using less water. So we want some technologies which will give a less influence discharge, so it can pollute less to environment. Then it will put a less amount of chemicals. So to get all these advantages, our this RAS technology is very well suited. So in short, by using RAS, we can achieve higher production, then better fish quality, and less environmental footprint by having less pollution. So um, RAS is at I feel it is emerging at good time when today where India is like a second leading state in aquaculture globally, and recently we have been the largest populated country in the world. And from the marine sector, we have been noticing the production there is a strong need of to enhance the production from aquaculture, as decline in production is noticed from marine sector. So RES can be important. So based on whatever data I told in previous slide, let's see one by one advantages of RAS. So basically it use less water. So it is like almost you're reducing the water usage to 90 to 99 percentage. Then coming to biosecure, it is highly secured environment. And so that in a control system you can control a disease, and there are very less chances of disease. Then coming to what I told is like to achieve around 45 tons of production in fish, you need around 20 acres of outdoor pond area. And in comparison, you need just a 5,000 square feet area to achieve the same production. So you can understand that we can achieve so high production in a short duration. So coming to RAS, whether it is operationally globally. So yeah, there are countries like Denmark, specifically for trout, then Netherlands, US, UK for sea bass, then France for salmon, and Germany, where this RAS is getting popular day by day, and they are utilizing. So yeah, again, the advantage of RAS is like you can put this system wherever you want, with the lot of flexibility, you can facilitate your system where you get a large amount of market. So yeah, globally you can see this RAS can be diversity of various species which can be cultured in RAS system. So yeah, this is one of example of smart aquaculture. So managing our aquaculture with various systems. So here you can see your fish pond is fish tank, I mean to say, will be connected to mechanical filter where our filtration will work, and waste will be recycled. And again, the disinfection will be carried out, and with the help of some biological filters, the water will be purified, and with the help of some pumps, then water will be passed to gassing chamber, where water will be repurified with added oxygen, and again the water can be recirculated. So overall, this is the cycle of RAS. So there are various models here you can see. Depending on size, diameter, depth, it can be vary from 12 to 42 meters in diameter. So depending on our need, we can fix our size, and smaller tanks are usually preferred in hatcheries and farms. So again, you need to maintain optimum velocity as in the center. We require some pressure, and in the center, velocity should create donut shape so that we can harvest our waste in a center itself. So yeah, in this picture you can see better. So in a center, here you can see that the waste can be easily collected with round flow, and with the slope at center bottom. So we can collect our residue. Again, this is the very popular model, which is found in mostly temperate countries like USA. Here you can see the like here in a center, the waste is getting recycled. Here you can see in a ground, there is the waste, and it is getting recirculated and again added. These are some examples. So let's after finish. This was all about RAS system, what is going on in world, and what we can apply best in our Indian system. So second system I have brought is like in pond raceway system. So name itself is indicate that we are putting raceway kind of system. Here you can see raceways at right corner, and in just our pond. So by this system we can generate higher diesel oxygen. As raceway is a running water system, it will create additional source of diesel oxygen in the system. So there are several advantages of this system, which is like 3 times giving more yield than our regular pond culture. So third system I have brought here is partition aquaculture system, where you can see. So basically, it is just a system where you culture your pond fish with algae culture, and because algae are a good source of photosynthesis, and they enhance the oxygen. So in some corners you put your algae culture, so and overall you enhance the diesel oxygen content. Diesel oxygen content is very important in aquaculture, as overall production you can get expect high if diesel oxygen is high. Then the split pond, again they are popular in America, basically for channel catfish. Just you can see in image that and these ponds are these are divided by an existing fish farm in two unequal sections, and then we have constructed there one earthen dike, and this water is getting in circulated throughout this. So overall water circulation is carried out. Yeah. So coming to biofloc technology, again it is a very huge, very largely populated technologies developed by Yoram Avinimelech. So basically, this technology is where we aim to grow our fish in a tank, where waste from the fish will be utilized again as a feed by some intervention with carbon, maintaining carbon nitrogen ratio. So we will maintain the carbon nitrogen ratio at 10 raised to 1 to 15 raised to 1, and there will be natural growth of some heterotrophic bacteria. Like here you can see in picture, there will be some micro aggregate diatoms, microalgae, some fecal pellets, exoskeleton, and etc. So all this we can use as a feed again for our cultured species. Uh, Again, yeah, so this is overall what I told about biofloc aquaculture. So basically, we get a very low FCR, which is we need to put very less amount of feed. At least we can reduce 200 to 300 gram of feed by putting this, by just utilizing waste with the help of some sort of intervention with the bacterial flora. So here you can see they are very beneficial, and they have very different sizes. So depending on our species size, they are available all the time. So ultimately it enhances the production. So overall this is the schematic process in biofloc technology. So it generally grows in a heterotrophic system of a 24-hour duration, rather than our phototropic system, which we see for algae and all this photosynthesis what we see for normal tree. It is not like that system. It is completely heterotrophic system, where feed this unutilized feed and some sort of carbon nitrogen ratio is maintained, and from that inoculums are added with several probiotics, and will produce pathogen, several various important um, heterotrophic algae, which can act as a feed to our species. So so you can see these are some photos I collected from one of my lab. So here you can see aim of cone. This is nothing but that you can see in white color, that is flock we have maintained, and will rear species. Second, a raceway technology is not new to India. It will be grown in a raceway. So it is mainly followed for trout. Here you can see by lining method. So we'll here you can see some more images. So uh, basically raceway is like we have several ponds connected together, and we'll maintain a work flow of water, so that higher productivity, better water quality management can be done. So here you can see some roofing, and this is one of a raceway project undergoing in Tamil Nadu, College of the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. Then there are various intervention which you can do in races. So based on your need and kind need of achieving production. So I have elaborately given structure and on functions of raceways. So coming to last part is like circular tanks. Here you can see such kind of tanks are being utilized in Indonesia and other like Southeast Asian countries, where they are producing higher amount of production. So here they are just they are not following biofloc kind of system. They are following mixotropic aquaculture system. So mixotropic aquaculture system is like we follow both heterotrophic and autotrophic organisms, which will be grown in a system, so they can act as a feed, additional source of feed to our system. And here you can see there will be very less chances of disease occurrence, and high amount of dissolved oxygen is placed here. So with this I propose 7 technologies which can really enhance the production aspect, because as we discussed in subsequent slides, that water and land is getting limited, and we have this challenge for future, that how to utilize our water judiciously. And aquaculture being the fastest growing animal producing sector has grown like anything in last decade. But yeah, based on this, I would like to conclude my presentation with my some remarks, that whatever technologies I shown, yeah, there are some advantages, some disadvantages. The cost benefit ratio need to be understand. And but the thing is that in India, 90% of fish farmers are taking still at a traditional level. When we talk of achieving a production of 22 million metric ton, but still our 90% of production is coming from just a pond culture system. But it shows that our risk taking ability or innovative approach is getting limited in farmers, and there is some lacuna in maybe knowledge transfer from academia, or there is academia or a scientist group, or there is some gap in a technology transfer, which is need to be filled if we consider our targeted aims. And yeah, I will conclude my slides with the line that lifting the single-minded approach in fish farming activities will lift the challenges in advanced culture system practice in India. So with this, I would like to thank our organizers for giving me opportunity to talk on this interesting topic. Like I am pursuing my doctorate in the same topic. So I am honored that I got the opportunity to talk in my profession. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sagar, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions from the participants now. Yeah. Okay. You can adjust the camera. Yeah. Okay. And now I will take up the questions.
Yeah.
How do advanced water quality monitoring system aid in real-time monitoring and management of fresh aquaculture systems, ensuring optimal conditions for fish growth?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah.
Huh.
You can settle down.
Huh.
Okay, I will repeat the question.
Yeah.
You're moving or you have started?
No, I have said actually I couldn't.
Yeah, okay,
Understand.
fine. Okay, now I will repeat it.
Huh.
How do advanced water quality monitoring system aid in real-time monitoring and management of freshwater aquaculture system, ensuring optimal conditions for fish growth?
Okay. Yeah, already there are a lot of interventions are there in monitoring water quality through various artificial intelligence and various kinds of probes are there which will notify farmers that your water quality parameters are good or not. So some examples I would like to mention is like there are companies like Aqua Connect, which is having like more than 1 lakh farmers are connected. So what they do is like they have installed their instruments and various this there are various instrument based on the need of improving water quality. So like for basic water quality analysis they will add some sort of probes in water. So that will be there. Then feeding is a very like important aspect in aquaculture. So 60% of our aquaculture waste is like dependent on this feed. So there are and it is also one of the important like main reason to generate waste in aquaculture system. So there are auto feeders which enhance auto feeders which are enhancing the total consumption rate of feed. So ultimately it is reducing the wastage at bottom level. But whatever I am telling, these are the technologies which are mainly followed in shrimp sector, but in freshwater sector as of now there are no technologies which have taken such intervention.
Okay.
Hmm.
What are the key benefits of recirculating aquaculture system in freshwater aquaculture, and how do they contribute to sustainable production?
Yeah. So basically, in terms of production, I will explain. For producing 1 kg of fish, you need 45 ton of water, which is like 45,000 liter of water will be required in this our pond culture system. And in comparison to that, hardly just 100 liter water is enough to produce 1 kg fish. So that is the biggest difference. Like when we talk of sustainability, we have to use our resources judiciously and looking at future need of water, especially fresh water, which is a drinkable water. So there is always a question from environmentalists that how do you see your future? So you are putting so much of water to grow just 5 or 10 ton of fish. So in that RAS has several advantages that it is like producing the same quantity of fish what we can achieve from 20 acre of pond. So we can achieve that same production in a 1 hectare area. So ultimately our RAS is reducing our area of culture. So and again it is a completely bicycle system. You can maintain each and every tank. You can have access to each and every tank. You can have flexibility to build your tanks according to your location. And yeah, there are several advantages in water quality you can maintain. And the most important thing is that uh, today even we grow like 16 billion ton production, million metric ton production, but there is complete disparity in consumption. There is very less farm gate price available for fish like IMC or car, where hardly 80 100 rupees price is fetched for farmer. So by RAs we can give live fish concept to a particular person. If a person wants to come eat the fish, so he can harvest fish by himself and he can pick. So for that we can people are charging 200 to 50 rupees for fish. So overall we can enhance our economic sustainability in a and so also this pollution aspect is a controversy in shrimp sector, that they are putting a lot of fertilizers and feed to grow shrimp, and this water is getting thrown in estuaries or sea, so that again there are pollutions happening, and a lot of organic debris are also getting. So there are a lot of black spots are developing in a nature, so which where like nothing can survive in such spots. So overall looking at this many disadvantage, our RA system is completely like it is interior, you can say internal system, where you can build a system of tanks. You can set up your filters, and you can harvest whatever your experimental species, and then whatever waste is there, you can again recycle into different type of organic fertilizers. So yeah, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Yeah.
How does integrated multi-tropic aquaculture help in maximizing resource utilization and minimizing environmental impacts in freshwater aquaculture systems?
IMTA is like a very new concept to freshwater aquaculture, and it is nowhere in freshwater aquaculture. But let me explain what is the current status of IMTA globally. This Canada and Latin American countries or even European countries are have adapted this model very well, because what is IMTA is like it is just okay. Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me, right?
Yes, sir, I'm able to hear
Uh,
you. Please proceed.
yeah. So basically, the concept is like the waste from your intensive cage culture is being utilized by various shellfish, such as a clam, which will filter feed the waste, and the inorganic waste like ammonia, nitrate. These are the toxicants in environment. So they will be again filtered by seaweed. So it is like a row here in a segment. You will notice that your fish culture is there. Beside that, there will be a clam culture, and which will filter the water nearby. And again, beside a clam culture, here you can see the seaweed culture. So seaweed are they are considered as so beneficial plant, that they do the job of carbon sequestration. They remove all these pollutants from the environment, and they create an additional source of food from that. So basically, after understanding principle, what I mean to say is that for sustainable aquaculture, the targets is like you have to intensify your activity but not harming environment. So this is by just dividing in a multi-tropic aquaculture. So you can achieve better growth, and you can achieve production in a different commercial products. Like you are achieving your fish anyways, but you can achieve clam production, and you can also achieve this our seaweed production from the same waste. This is what is going on in marine sector. in freshwater aquaculture, specifically intensive aquaculture is going on in a pond based system, where you can put mussels or clams, like Lamellus marginalis, which is freshwater mussel, where you can implant this pearl, and at surface you can grow some sort of vegetables like aquaponic system, which will be filtering your nitrogen and phosphorus from the water. So such kind of integrated system is possible, but still the work is at research and development stage in freshwater aquaculture. But nevertheless, this is a very sustainable way of producing fish, and in a freshwater sector also you can target with the high production, and you can get valuable pearls from your clam, and some sort of vegetables also you can grow on the surface of water. So you can get three crops in a single input. So yeah, these are all advantages, and I feel that IMTA technology is the future, like future proof technologies, and yeah, there is a huge scope in this technology to achieve in a multiple way.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the advantages and challenges associated with implementing biofloc technology in freshwater aquaculture, and how does it improve water quality and feed utilization?
Yeah. So let me start with advantages and disadvantages. Biofloc, basically it's not a new concept for us. There were our ancient people from where from that time we are using this yeast and molasses for various fertilizers purpose. So basically the concept was given by Yoram Avinimelech in 1970s. Who is considered as a father of biofloc, and according to him, biofloc is like a consortium of bacterial population, beneficial bacterial population, which will be developed through some sort of artificial intervention of carbon nitrogen ratio. So basically, imagine that you have a tank where you have a fish. So you are feeding your fish, and the unutilized fish will feed will be around 20 to 30% feed will be not utilized, and it will be remaining at the bottom. So again, that feed will turn into debris. So after having debris, it will pollute the rest of water. So what intervention we do here is like we add carbon sources. Already we have nitrogen sources at bottom, so we measure that how much is the nitrogen level, and according to that we decide how much carbon we need to add in the system, so that we can maintain our carbon nitrogen ratio of 10 raised to 1 raised to 15 raised to 1. So basically, after adding maintaining this kind of ratio, we add some sort of molasses. Then we have a lot of carbon source, whatever is available in the form of carbohydrate nearby to farms, whether it is molasses or jaggery or anything which is like good sourcing carbohydrate, we can add it, and due to addition of this we'll get additional benefit. So on this, like when we add our carbon source in debris, then ultimately we will add some sort of inoculum of some beneficial bacteria, which will grow in at initial level. So after that, adding inoculum, they will multiply rapidly, like they will double just in a 24 hour span, so that we can achieve higher production in a so we like after getting this more number of population of these heterotrophic organisms such as micro this algae and all. So there will be like this flocks kinds of things will be developed on a surface of fish, on which our small fish will be nibble on that. So we get like this flock will be, this consortium of flock will be of varying size. It will range from just 1 mm to it can be also around 5 centimeter also. So based on size, they can eat the species. So these are some advantages that we have all time feed available for fish. We will reduce our HCR. We will turn our waste into wealth, and we will reduce our feed intake. So overall, we'll improve our we will improve our production aspect with less cost. And with regards to disadvantages, this technology is like it cannot be a standardized technology for all, because everywhere the water quality is different, and everywhere the water dynamics are different. And considering electricity, you need to put aeration continuously to maintain that flock in suspension, so that your flock can not you will not settle at bottom. So you need a lot of electricity, like 24 hours. And even if a half-hour span, if you find that is getting your electricity gone, that means your crop might fail, and your all fish can die. So that is one disadvantage of this technology. And in some parts that species what you culture in bioflock is very important. So operating cost in bioflock is around 80 to 85 rupees per kg fish. So you need a fish which will be having price of at least 150 to 200 rupees. So culturing tilapia will not solve the purpose in bioflock. So culturing tilapia, you'll get hardly 100 rupees. So you are putting you are putting 85 rupees from your pocket and getting just 15 rupees margin in a span of 6 months is very less. So that is also disadvantage. Then coming to what was second question, ma'am? In freshwater sector, how it can enhance sustainability. Hello.
Yeah, I will repeat it just a minute.
Yeah. Second question. I explained advantages and disadvantages.
Yeah. And how does it improve water quality and feed utilization?
Yeah. Already I explained that water quality will be enhanced. That because our waste will be turned into your food particles. So, and due to high aeration, it will always remain in suspension, and there won't be a dead patches available in the system. So, in that way, you can improve your water quality. And yeah, ma'am. Rest all feed utilization I explained earlier. As your waste feed is getting turned into additional source of feed with some intervention of carbon nitrogen, so that we can generate good amount of you can expect your FCR in the range of 1.5 to grow 1 kg fish. Rather, in our traditional aquaculture, we required at least 2 kg feed to grow 1 kg fish.
Okay. How does cage aquaculture leverage natural water bodies for freshwater production? And what are the considerations for successful cage culture operations?
Okay. So yeah, cage culture is being taken of in India very vastly. There are in cage culture basically what we aim is like to get around like we will stock our fish in very high number. Like for fungasius, we stock fry at the rate of around 500 per number, and we aim to get the production of around 4 ton from a single cage. So imagine a cage is like a 4 by 6 area, 4 by 6 meter, and the depth of the cage will be around 4 meters. So overall in 96 or 100 meter cube volume, you can get 4 to 5 tons of fish. So imagine that a huge quantity of fish you are producing from the cage. So yeah, there are a lot of advantages of this system, because the water based on site, the water is getting continuously moving, so there will be no water quality issue as such in cage culture. But yeah, this water quality of surrounding might get hampered, or a little bit changes can be seen in nitrogen and phosphorus level, because the waste from fish cage bottom is directly suspended in restore water quality. So but nevertheless, it was never a issue, because fish feed is like a good fertilizer for reservoirs. So and only 1% area is permitted for reservoir for cage culture. So yeah, that is limit, that limit already our government of India has set. So these are the advantages and dimensions of cage culture. So like in a 100-meter cube area, you can get 5 tons of production. And recently tilapia and pangasius are being dominant players in India. And yeah, at global level, cage culture is being taken for mostly for almost 90% is taken for Atlantic salmon, with the higher like with the higher sort of technology intervention.
Okay.
Mm.
What are the best practices and management strategies for successful pond aquaculture in freshwater systems, and how can water quality and productivity be optimized?
Best management practices, it is like so vast thing to explain, right from scratch. If we talk, when we talk to take our aquaculture seed, firstly you need to seed which is of good quality, and having high growth, and which is disease resistance, and which has tested for all these viruses before cultivating species. Before diving into fish, I explain this pond dynamics is a very vast thing, and you need a proper pre-stocking management with eradication of weeds, then unwanted species, bleaching, and everything should be followed routinely. And so ultimately it will enhance your water quality. So constructing dike is very important, that your slope should be more towards outlet, so that while harvesting, you can drain the water easily from the system. So that is there in a pond construction. So you have to be like biologist in a pond construction rather than engineer, because you need a lot of biology need to understand a lot of biology rather than toilet you can construct at center, so that after maintaining circular flow by aerator, so you can generate your waste in a center, and you can pump that waste out of water. So that's all about pond. Then coming to culture aspect, again, after having good quality seed, you need good quality feed. That feed storage should be good. All these things are comes in picture in water quality, because all these things are getting dumped in water. So everything should be clean. If you are putting fungal affected feed in a water, so that itself is like you are inviting the pathogen to the system. So coming to seed and feed should be properly checked, and biosecured environment should be there, like proper bird fencing, crab fencing should be there, and your inlet should be like tightly packed, so that external animals cannot come to your this environment. And you have to prevent exotic species introduction, like some catfishes are there. So if they come in your pond, then they can destroy all your pond in a go. So all these are best management practices. Again, hygiene is very important, like personal hygiene, where you required this hand dip, foot dip, some chlorine bath, and regular disinfectant usage in your pond, so that this bacterial contamination chances will be lowered. That's all in brief I can tell.
Okay. What are
Excuse
the
me, I have.
latest advancements in automated feeding systems for freshwater aquaculture, and how do they enhance feed efficiency and reduce wastage?
In freshwater, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I will repeat it. Just give me a minute.
Uh,
What are the latest advancements in automated feeding systems for
uh,
freshwater aquaculture, and
hmm.
how do they enhance feed efficiency and reduce wastage?
Yeah, so yeah, again, I told in cage system itself that there are a lot of interventions in global salmon aquaculture where you precisely feed a single fish and with in market a lot of these auto feeders are there which are sensor based auto feeders are there. Then we have our artificial intelligence. Then we have just a simple auto feeder. But in India, as far as auto feeders are concerned, there is a dilemma in farmers' mind because the efficiency is really questionable. Even though we have plenty of reasons to say that yeah, this our auto feeders are doing good job, but again precision of technology is under a question. But nevertheless, moving to next generation technologies, auto feeders are very good that they based on the sensation of fish, they just release the feed so that depending on the hunger of animal, we can feed our experimental animal. And in a recent advances in field are people are moving they want a system which is less with fish meal and with some sort of non-conventional feeders are getting non-conventional feeders should be high. In this regard, soybean meal is also a good source of protein which is being utilized. But again, the prices of soybeans are so high. Then there are some unconventional methods which are being tried, produce production of protein from insect based meal and various kinds of meal. So yeah, this is a virgin area still. There is lot of work is going on, but still on field level it is not that successful. Water feeders are very well successful in this our whether it is RAS or IMTA or any other intensive technology. But in pond culture, still we need some good technology which can give best results.
Okay, I have completed questions from members who had logged into
I
our
have a
website.
question, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah. I will give you a chance.
Yeah, thank you.
You can ask.
Yeah. Is there any government schemes to implement these technologies? Any institutions or any government is supporting or to implement these technologies to the farmers? Is there any schemes?
Yeah, a lot of schemes are there, but yeah, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana scheme is there, worth of 20,000 crore. But it is a single umbrella scheme. I will tell both sides of getting scheme trap. Because at one side you have this schemes which are having they just encourage the farmers. But at the other side I there are very less beneficiaries who try to just get the production and they just try to get this scheme for their personal benefit purpose. And due to some political agenda or we can say some political influence is there in scheme based when we apply for a scheme, then there are some political disadvantages. So in a nutshell, I want to tell that for your information, there are schemes available. Government is pushing these technologies, and for RAs, for bioflock, for example, for bioflock, you can get a money of up to 50 lakh in a 40-60 this subsidy. If you are from SC/ST or women category, then you are eligible for around 50 lakh subsidy, and for other it is like 40% subsidy you can get. So for bioflock it is around 50 lakhs. You can, if your project cost is around 50 lakh, then you can get that margin. Same is available for RAs, but still schemes are yet to come for IMTA. Our government is pushing seaweed aquaculture in a large way, and our honorable prime minister itself told in speech. So there are schemes which are for women empowerment, especially in coastal areas. If you need, I can send you a detail like what all projects you can make under various scheme. And government is really pushing hard to get this production so high, and it was the highest ever, we got this package of 20,000 crore. That is there. Yeah, that's all. I hope I answered question.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Thank
have
you.
any further questions?
No, no.
May I know your name, sir?
Hello.
Yeah, your name?
My name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Venkatesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. We have, thank you very much, Mr. Sagar. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank Mr. Sagar Vitthal Shinde for the talk and for answering the questions. I'd like to also thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.